Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Hope your Tuesday is still going well. We are just under 3 hours from game time tonight, and yeah, I mean, every game you can consider big, every game you can consider having some magnitude to it. But obviously, this is one of your, well, in Spurs' case and Fulham's case, one of your 3 opportunities to win something this year. So we're talking about the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, the EFL Cup, whatever you want to call it, the Carling Cup, whatever you want to call it. We're playing in that competition tonight. We're playing away to Fulham at 7:45. So, you know, evening game. You know, I'm sorry, get rid of that fly on my face. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Fulham games are always quite a nice, decent, contested game. It is a London derby as well. So we talk a little bit about some team news. We'll talk about, you know, the start each team's had in the league. I mean, you can't really look in too much into 3 games, but to give you a gist of sort of how they've done this season, as well as obviously how we've done, and give you sort of my predicted lineup as well. So when we think of Spurs and we think of Fulham, last season we only played twice. We didn't play any cup competitions. The first game was actually right near the start of the season, and Spurs won 2-1. You remember that game because Mitrovic scored an absolute belter right near the end of the game, which got some people on the some squeaky bum time. Then obviously into January the 23rd, Spurs won a 1-0 away from home. So did a double over him last year, but definitely no game was ever a walk in the park, you could say. So definitely a team that, you know, you've got to take seriously. Now, Fulham this season, Fulham actually started the season quite strongly, in my opinion. You know, when you think of the fact they've got 4 points from 3 games, and you'll sit there and go, oh, that's not too bad. But, you know, they won the opening game of the season 1-0 against Everton. Yes, they did lose 3-0 to Brentford in the second match of the season, but then got a draw against Arsenal the weekend just been. And the fact that, hey, they were down to 10 men and they still came back to draw, and they were holding out for that lead for a very long time. Arsenal scored 2 in quick succession, and then Paulinho scores a goal. I think it was the 88th minute. I mean, there was like 10 minutes added on, something stupid, but like they had a really good result at Arsenal. That has been. Obviously, Spurs, you know where we are. We're sitting in top 4. That's always nice. But no, we've got 7 points in 3 games. Obviously, drawing the first game of the season 2-2 to Brentford, away to Brentford. Then obviously beating Man United at home 2-0. And then obviously doing the exact same goal line, but away to Bournemouth. So had a very good start to the season. Spurs have, you know, I think a lot of us would have taken 7 points from 9 there. But let's talk a little bit about the Fulham team news, shall we? I think I'll come to the Spurs one in a minute, but let's start with the home team. They're the home team. Let's give them that respect. So with their team news for this game, Calvin Bassey was the guy that got sent off for Fulham against Arsenal. He does actually have to miss this game as well. So he's suspended for this game. Willian's still there. Apparently he's doubtful with a knock, but I thought he was going to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I must have missed something in that news cycle. But yeah, he's supposedly doubtful for this game. For Spurs, we've obviously got quite a few longer term injuries in Rodrigo Bentancur, Ryan Sessegnon, Brian Hill. They put Tanguy Ndombele down as fitness. And Alfie Whiteman with the ankle, but I don't think we'd have expected him to play. Sort of reading through different news sources and their expected teams, it does kind of look like the team that you'll see play for Fulham is near enough their strongest team. You know, players like Rodak in goal, Mbabu, Adara Bio, they reckon he's predicted to start. He's not predicted to start. He's not even training with the first team at the moment. Tim Ream, Robinson, the left back, Harrison Reed, Lukic, Adama Traore, Tom Cairney, Harry Wilson, and Carlos Vinicius, as we all know him very, very well. So there is still quite a lot of talent in that squad for Fulham, even with, you know, Tosin not being there to play, Mitrovic obviously now being gone as well. Marcus Silva's sides are always very, very, very well drilled, very pragmatic, very good on the counter, and good with the ball if you allow them time. And that's the key thing. You know, when you allow certain teams time, you're not really worried unless they've got a set piece. You give these boys time, they will hurt you. And the fact that we play this high press system, where we really squeeze up the pitch, where we'll probably win quite a few high balls in terms of where we're winning on the pitch. I do think they can be got at for that reason alone. I think when you think of Craven Cottage, it's not obviously the biggest pitch that you play on in the Premier League. So that requires a little bit more finesse when creating opportunities. I'm picking my words quite wisely. And I think there's going to be a really good opportunity to get some of the players, some of the players that don't start every week, some game time. So, for example, I do think Fraser Forster will start in this game. Cup game. You think of quite a scrappy affair. I'll have the big man in goal, Fraser Forster. I think he was good last season as well for us, in all things considered. I don't think anyone can sit there and say he's not a good backup. I think he is. From left to right, obviously we're playing the 4-3-3. I'm going to keep that the same. From left to right, I think you'll probably find Ben Davies will come in. Unless they put Perisic at left back. But I think you'll probably see Ben Davies at left back. Your back four, including Ben Davies, will probably find Sanchez will be in there. Tanganga could probably be in there. And obviously at right back, I think you'll see Emerson Royale. I think that scares a lot of people, what I've just said there. Sorry, guys. Your midfield three, I think you'll find Skippy will be the holder. I think Lo Celso will be on the left. And I think Pierre Højbjerg will be on the right of the three. And then your front three, this is the interesting thing with your front three. What do you do about the striker position? Do you say, look, Richarlison, we need you to get a goal? Do you play him? And I think they do play him. I think Richarlison does start as the striker. I think it's a good opportunity maybe to get him some more game time in this new system. Hopefully get him a cheeky goal, a tap-in, hella penalty even, I think Perisic will be your left winger, and I think Manor Solomon will be your right wing, obviously playing against his old team. So I think when you look at that, the team's still strong. The team's still good. There's still creativity in that team with Lo Celso. You've still got Prem-proven, Cup-proven, dogged players on that pitch, like your Ben Davies, your Sanchez's, your Højbjergs, your Skips. I'm really looking forward, if this is the team that we're playing, I'm really looking forward to seeing a bit of Manor Solomon personally. I think all of us were quite impressed with what we saw in the pre-season, but obviously pre-season's pre-season. A real game's a real game. It's a different kettle of fish. And against his old team, you've got to be giving him some minutes. I've been quite happy with, Perisic's involvement this season. I mean, a lot of us expect him to go, me included. He surprised me, and I'm happy he's kicking around. I think he's, a very good player still, and we've seen it now. In terms of what to expect in this game, I do expect us to concede a couple, if I'm honest. With a team like that, defensively, I'm not overly sold on that team. I think you'll find something like Carlos Vinicius will score a tap-in from out of a counter-attack sort of thing. I think they will go 1-0 up with Fulham. I do think we will score today. I've just got a weird feeling about this game. I'm not too sure. But do you know what? I'm going to sit there. I'm going to be a bit confident. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'm going to say we're going to win 2-1. But if it was the other way around, it wouldn't shock me, if I'm honest. I just think London derbies, it doesn't matter about form. We all know that. It does not matter about form. And also, Craven Cottage is not an easy place to go. But away from home, Fulham are better than they are at home. So maybe that stands in our favour that we're playing them at Craven Cottage and not Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Hit in the comment section below what you're expecting from the game, but also your scoreline. I want to know if you got as much positivity as me, if you're a little bit more negative than me, or if you've got way more positivity than me. I want to know your scoreline. I want to hear some positive things. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're so close to 1,300, which is very exciting. And obviously, hit the bell notification for more. I've got another video to come out. It's going to blow your mind a little bit. So you're going to want to kick about. I promise. I will not disappoint you. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.